Hey guys, I want to do another video this morning about base layout, base design. Seeing a lot of bases that are just basically farms. Guys, they're just square blocks with no thought or imagination behind them, and basically that comes from just not understanding how base hitting works or base defense works. Now I'll just tell you now, I'm absolutely not an expert in base design, base layout, base defense, or even hitting a base. But these are just the things that I have learned at this point in the game from being hit and making adjustments to my base after I watch the videos, the playbacks, and trying to hit other bases, seeing how they have their base defense set up, how they have their layout, how it works for them. So I'm just going to step you through some different things. Land tile dimensions, what does that actually mean? How does that affect how you lay your base out? Then a basic layout, and then base sniping. How a player can come in and take advantage of your layout and you never even fire. So we'll explain this. I usually do something like this in PowerPoint, but because of the base sniping section, we're going to do it in PowerPoint. We're going to do it in Photoshop, where I can move some images around in layers. Alright, let's go first to, once again, I'm a medium player, level 70. I don't have anything special in my base. I am working with these. These are the only non-researchable turrets I have. You can research turrets in the weapons lab, but these are turrets that you win through the regular campaigns. The Halo, Javelin, Meteor Mortar, and Sentinel Missile 5. And here are the campaigns you do. They're all in Prize Pack 2. I do not use the Halo Missile. I use the Javelin, the Meteor Mortar, and Sentinel Missile 5. This one's pretty good. It gives some pretty good ballistic damage, and got pretty good range on it. It's 149. It does a pretty good job. If that's all you've got, I mean, anything to do just a little bit of damage. So these two are okay. Most ships, Conqueror ships, are fast now. So by the time that actually hits, the ship that's attacking you is long gone. So it looks pretty when it hits and when it fires, but doesn't do a whole lot. Alright guys, let's get right into base layout and design. Here's your base layout screen. Each tile that you have here is 20 inches horizontal, 20 inches vertical, not inches, excuse me, I'm saying inches, 20 in the amount of weapons range. 20 by 20, and then 28.28 diagonal from corner to corner. Alright, let's look at this right here. So down here we've got 20 vertical, 20 horizontal, and 28.28 diagonally. And this is why I've got my base laid out this way. If we've got 5 tiles, gives me a weapons range cushion of 100. Not many ships have over 100. There's a few, but not very many. Your base tiles, like again, 20 by 20. Your walls are 4. You can fit 5 walls across. 5 times 4 is 20. So each wall would be 4 as far as range goes. This is a base layout design that I've been playing with for a little while. There's parts about it that I do like, parts I don't. But basically that's because I don't have any turrets. It's worth a crap. But here you can see that, you know, at any angle you come in, I am at least over 100, except for right here. There's only 1, 2, 3 tiles, and I'll show you why. Right here, oop, wrong one. There we go. I have my, I have a dock right here and a shipyard right here. That, it may be possible from this angle for them to get to that shipyard, and it could be possible from this angle. I haven't been sniped like this, but it's possible. Okay. You want to keep everything out of these ranges. Okay. Let's look at a ship weapon range that I have. Okay, that is a Vanquisher, a Rhino. Those are two Citadel, and that's a Punisher. Only threw that in there just to have some kind of ballistic damage for the Fury. But as you can see, I can't hit anything outside here, outside my band, my outside band. So I should not be able to be hit inside, or from outside inside to, from this band. I should not be able to be sniped. One of the finished layouts I have is that right there. Okay, and you can see the only thing that's close is this shipyard. And be quite honest with you, if it gets destroyed, it's an instant repair. So all I really need to do is move it out here somewhere. Let's pop this one back on there. Oops. So if someone comes over here, they can't snipe anything. Everything's out of range. No matter where they're coming from, they can sail around the outside band of my base. They can't hit anything. They've got to come in here. Okay, they have to come inside to do anything. And the only way I'm going to do any damage to them is if they come inside. A couple things about the entrance. I want to bring them close to this Vanquisher because of sub attacks. The Vanquisher has a thermal range of 80, so if we count our tiles right, there's 20, 40, 60, 80. My thermal range should reach to this tip right here. Okay, so if a ship well, not a ghost crawlers can actually, when they dive deep, they can go underneath thermal. But if a Phantom Tiger comes in, Tiger Fleet, they will get detected. Now all I've got on this Vanquisher are launchers. Launchers cannot hurt subs. That's why I have this Rhino here. The Rhino's remote targeting missiles. When that Vanquisher detects that sub, that Rhino will fire on subs. That's how I keep subs out of my base. So I want to get them away. Maybe get them a little bit out of weapons range right here. But they've got to come back in. That's why I've got that tile full, so they can't sneak and stay out of range. I want them to, they have to turn back inside so that my turrets and my weapons are still in range of them. They can be seen and detected. Okay? Now, let's take that off and let's add an attacking ship. Okay, and I apologize for the crude graphics, guys, but I don't know of any other way to actually do this. Let's think about sniping here. I got to use our imaginations a little bit. say someone enters my base from 3 o'clock position, and this is a Spite. It's got a range of 98.8 on the missile. So they've got 1 Spite, and let's say they've got 3 Vendetta. And they're going to try to use the Vendetta's remote mort feature to fire on objects within inside my base. But you've got to have a primary ship to call for that remote targeting mort to fire. So they're going to sail around my base at a range of 98.8 and try to trigger their Vendettas to fire. If you keep your band outside, they cannot reach you. They can go all the way around my base, and they can't fire on anything. That's why you want to keep your outside band at a range or of at least 5 tiles, vertical and horizontal, and try to do at least 4 if you can diagonally. But we can see what I was wondering about the shipyard. Even if I beach that just a bit, they still can't get to it. They would have to come in to right there. So yeah, that'll work fine. So when they come in here, by the time they get to, if we go back here and just look at my firing range, here's my Vanquisher. When they get right on this line, my Vanquisher is going to fire. That Citadel remote mort's going to fire. Remote missile's going to fire. And I think the remote mort on this Citadel will reach that point. It may be just a little shy of that, but so that point right there. So when they come to that range, get halfway, I'm going to fire on them. They may fire on me at that point, but I doubt it. So they're going to have to get about right there on me. Your range has to be halfway. So when they get about right there, they're going to be firing. They're going to start firing, but I've already started firing on them. Okay. Now, of course, they can see that turret right there that I've got. If they have their Vendettas over here, and he comes in right there, when he gets right there, he's going to start firing. That ship's going to fire on that turret, and those Vendettas are going to start throwing morts this way. So I need to move that turret. I need to get rid of it, because he could probably sneak in a little high, and he could sit right there, fire on that turret, Vendettas fire, and I'm just sitting there doing nothing, causing no damage whatsoever. So that turret has got to be moved somewhere else. But when they come in, that's when I start firing on them. About right there is where I'm going to start firing on them. Well, guys, that's, things to consider when you're laying your base out. You need to understand base sniping. You need to understand that there needs to be all of your base, your guard fleet and your morts, or your turrets, need to focus on one area if possible. All of the firing in this base needs to be focused right in this general area. And then again, maybe here. Some of the back half needs to focus here. Front half needs to focus here. Okay, when they get this far, it's game over. 99.9% of the time, if they get this far into this base, it's game over. I'm flattened. So, guys, I hope this helps. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're you find it helpful, always leave us comments. If you want a video, if there's some things I can help you with as far as explaining how to do certain things, I'm always glad to do that. But once again, guys, there are some people that play this game that are much smarter than I am, much more experienced, and have a lot more knowledge. I'm just coming from the point of view of the lower level players, lower to mid-level players who just want to be successful. And that's who I hope I'm helping. All right, guys, I appreciate your time. Thanks.